Hello folks, Custard Prophet here. I've just arrived at Krakow International Airport. I've just flown in from London. It's about 6:30 in the morning, so still not quite light. And I got a new job. I was phoned up out of the blue by the directors of Wisla Krakow, a club I didn't really know an awful lot about, but they'd heard about my exploits elsewhere, and they asked me to do an interview over the phone. And no, I got it's right there and then, and they offered me the job. I was absolutely flabbergasted. I don't know much really about what I'm letting myself in for, to be perfectly honest. I'm here, I'm ready to pull my sleeves up and get into this club. They've told me very little about the finances, about the players, so we're going to have to find all of that out in a second. I think I need to just head down to the ground. Got a meeting set up with the directors, so yeah, let's grab a taxi and I'll see you down there. Taxi! So folks, I've arrived at the stadium. I've had a meeting with a representative of the board and the supporters, and I know a little bit more about what I'm in for here. It's going to be a bumpy ride, I think. So the board are looking for us to work within the wage budget, grow the club's reputation. That's not something they're desperate to do. They don't want us to sign old players, really, and they want us to put players onto long-term contracts. What's kind of a little bit scary is they want us to gain promotion from the second division, where Wisla Krakow sit currently, to get all the way up to the top division in our first season. And then after that, we need to be recognised as the best of the rest the next season, and then work towards challenging for the Ekstraklasa title. That's top division in Poland title. So we need to, I think, by 2027, 28, maybe we've got a year more to win the league. So we've got about 5 years, I think, if everything goes well, to win the league. That's a bit scary. In terms of the supporters, they're a little less. They're a little less choosy. They want us to sign Polish players. They want us to develop young players. Also sign Spanish players for some reason and play entertaining football. I can't promise any of those things. We need to get the better of rivals Cracovia, who are in the division above, if we play them, and we need to get promotion. So basically, if we don't get promotion in our first season, this is going to be a very, very short save. So a little bit about the club itself. As I said, we're sitting in the Polish First Division, but this club has got some pedigree. They have won the Polish title 13 times. They won the Cup a bunch of times as well. They are one of the best sides in Poland. They've fallen on hard times fairly recently, and it has meant that they have dropped down into this division. The last time they won the title was only 2011, so not that long ago, but they got relegated a couple of seasons ago. They didn't get promoted at the first time of asking, and basically I'm coming in to hopefully get them over the line. They are in the Heinrich Reimann City Stadium, which has a massive capacity of 33,000. We've got 4,500 season ticket holders. Average tickets price is fairly modest at £6, and a season ticket is pretty cheap at £84. But with that number of people coming in, and I don't know how many we're going to get out of that, in the second division, but the capacity of this stadium means that we should, if we start playing well and doing well, the punters will come back and we'll be able to rake in the money, hopefully. Facilities wise, we are renting the stadium in Krakow. That's quite £800,000 a year renting. It's an all-seater stadium built in 1953, but rebuilt 2010, just the year before their last win. Stadium condition is good. We've got undersoil heating, which is very nice. We have perfect pitch conditions, good corporate facilities, good training facilities, average youth facilities, and good youth recruitment. So everything around us looks really quite positive. We've got a great setup here. Question is, are we going to be able to make the most of it? Are we going to be able to be here for long enough to make the most of it? Let's go and meet the staff. Well, as you can see, we have some of the best staff in the entirety of this division. Our coaching staff is second to none in pretty much all attributes. Recruitment staff, we're not even full there, but we have we the best across the board. It's only the medical staff where we might be able to be a little bit better. But all in all, if we're going to get things wrong, it's not because our staff aren't good enough. So in terms of the players themselves, we'll have a look at those in a second. Most of the players of the squad have no real opinion of me. One player opposes me. I don't know what I've done to him. Is he going to be... He's leaving the club anyway, so it doesn't really matter. He's quite a good player, actually. Very good player. And he's leaving. There's going to be a lot of that. You'll see in a second. So, yeah, we won't need to worry too much there. But the overall atmosphere at the club is pretty poor. We've got good managerial support, really, or average, but the club atmosphere, team cohesion are absolutely terrible. We need to improve that and improve it quickly. Finances at the club, well, things, as you've probably seen already, are not too bad. We've got £1 million in the bank, £18,000 transfer budget remaining, and £61,000 per week wage budget. We're currently spending £55,000 a week. We've committed to £60,000 a week, and this is the problem we have. So we are on the real world version. So there's going to be a lot of players who are leaving and a lot of players who are joining the club very shortly, which is going to make I suppose dynamics can't be any worse, but I have absolutely no idea what this team is going to look like at the end of it. But what I do know is I've got no room to make any more changes myself unless I get rid of some of the players who have decided to stick around. Let's go and have a look at this chaotic transfer window. So, folks, these are the players who are joining the club, and there are a lot of them. We have a goalkeeper, 3 defenders, like 1 million midfielders, and 2 strikers. Out, though, on the other way, we have, a lot. It's a heck of a lot. I don't know how many. It should be like a way of seeing how many players that is, but there's a lot of players going. Some of them are really good players. Some of them not so good. But whether the players who are organised to come in are better than the players or equal to the players going out, I'm not sure. So everything on this in this save is kind of down to how these transfers pan out. Because if we've got good players coming in, replace the players we've got, I reckon I can get this side promoted. If we're working with duds, I think it's going to be tough and we might not get past season 1. I really hope that's not the case, because I'm yet to screw up any of these one club saves we've done. We've always got deep into the save. But this is a real chance here where that may not be the case and we might have some real problems here. So we'll look at the squad, who is at the club and who is staying. So we've got a big old squad, but the problem that you see straight from the top here, of the best players we've got at the club, of the top 7 best players, 6 of them are leaving. The only player remaining is this quite spectacular left back, who we will build the team around, David Juncker, who is Spanish. I don't know what the link with Spain is, but what a player this guy is. Very, very excited to having him in there. But there's so many other players here who are very, very good. And you see, there's actually, I'm sort of looking at it, there's hardly any players remaining. I mean, you look at it, there's a lot, there's almost nothing. I don't understand how this has worked out. We got this youngster, so we do have this young goalkeeper who looks pretty good, 21 years old. I reckon he was the first team goalkeeper last season. I think we'll continue to have him as the first team goalkeeper this season, and he will develop. Absolutely. So I'm excited about this. I think we're not going to look at the squad any more than that, because there's going to be so much change. When we come back for the first game of the season, which will be in the next episode, we'll have a proper look through the squad. Let me know in the comments what your kind of first actions would be if you jumped into this club. Or let me know if you know anything about this club. If you are a local and have a little bit of history for me to share, what went wrong for the team to be in this division? Was it financial issues, or was it just poor management? Let me know. Love to hear that and relay it back to everyone else who's watching. Anyway, folks, we're going to leave it there. I know, short one, but hopefully you had a little taster about what this team is all about. If you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you go down and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're trying to put videos out for this every 3 days, so you should see a regular output, but not too often. And big thank you to all of our current channel members. And if you are new to the channel and you want to support the channel and fancy becoming a channel member, all the details are down below. Thank you very much. See you next time. Goodbye.